This is the Nokia 105 4G 2024 version with the 1450 milliamp hour battery. This is by HMD now, which I think have done a great job on this device. There are some things I want to show you, being how to import contacts, how to turn off the awful ketone noise, which will be infuriating for a lot of you, and how to turn on the dictionary, which is essential for typing, I believe. So I've already set up this device. I have put in a micro SD card in the back and one SIM, although it takes up to 2 SIMs. And I do like the new build quality. I like the keypad here, much nicer than other models. I've used the 2260 flip, and I've used the 225 4G, and neither of them have as good build quality as this new HMD edition. So really impressed with it. Only cost £18, so I think you would be crazy to spend money on the more expensive versions. Like, some of them now are £60. So let's go ahead and see what I've done here. I do have an alarm set for tomorrow morning. We're gonna see that I've put on some audio into the micro SD card, entire New and Old Testament. So this thing does pack a punch if you're using it to the fullness of its capabilities, and it is very capable for what it does. It does well, and I respect that. Even from such a simple operating system and simple hardware, it's very well executed, unlike many things that are built today. So in contacts, the way to import contacts are first by connecting, and this is the best way to do it. If you have an Android phone, it would be by using Bluetooth, and then going to this menu, sync Android via Bluetooth. Or what I did was I use Apple iCloud for contacts. I went on my Mac and I exported all of my contacts onto a CSV file, and then I used a data enabled USB-C cable, connecting it into here to the computer, and then I dragged it into this folder, opening up contacts, import contacts, and then I dragged my vCard VCF file, pardon me, into this folder, and then you click the tick and it will upload all of your, it will rather import all of your contacts, which you only have to do once. Occasionally you will update them on your Google contacts or your Apple contacts, and then you can re-import them every few months or whatever you deem necessary. So that's nice and easy. Then the next thing you want to set up is the dictionary. So just go into text, start a new message, and you'll see here it's already enabled in the top left. Now it's on manual mode, but this is dictionary. So if I type king, it gives me suggestions. To enable dictionary, you have to go to the settings here in the text and click dictionary, and then it will be on this by default. Click English, and then it will enable the dictionary. So that I think is essential. Makes for a very enjoyable typing experience with this new keyboard, and you'll be able to text people surprisingly quickly on a phone like this. So I find it to be efficient, still using a so-called Dumbphone. Then finally, there was something else I wanted to mention. It was not only the calendar and the dictionary, but also the first thing you want to do, more than likely, is turn off the irritating ketone noise. So you have to go to settings and then profiles. This is not the case on other Nokias, by the way. Sometimes you have to go hunting in these menus to work out how to work around the nuances of the operating system, depending on the model you're using. And this is where I found it: profiles, settings, and then you'll find it in other alert rings. Okay, but first I have to turn off power saving mode to access that. There we go, it's on again. So to turn it off, we go to profiles. The irony is that there's a lot of drug dealers that use these kind of phones, which is not the only reason why you would use one. And it makes the most ridiculous, childish noise. So we'll go to profiles, settings, other alert rings, silence. Excellent. And that is that. There was one last thing I wanted to show you. We'll turn on power saving mode for better standby times. And something I only worked out recently is if that little symbol in the bottom right will turn silent mode on first if you hold down this key, which will activate the silent profile here, right? And that's been selected by only holding that down. Very useful. It's just like when you had the old iPhones and you could switch the little toggle on the side, and then to hold it down again, get a really nice vibration mode there, which selects the other profile. Now to bring it back to the normal profile, we will hold it down one more time. And then that's everything.